Hello and welcome to Spiritually Fine-Tuned. It is time to become spiritually fine-tuned. This is for Sagittarius. This is your January prelude. This is going into the new year, going into the new month. And so I just have a couple messages for you. While I was doing your reading, I was sitting in your energy and you are at peace, but there's a lot of distractions going on around you and you're trying to stay peaceful and maintain while those distractions are going on. They're just in and out and you're like, oh my gosh, and you're picking up on so much energy. It's like, I felt like discombobulated. That was the word that came to mind. Discombobulated, but you're still content. You're like, I can make it through this, but you can feel that sense of chaos within you, but you're not letting it control you. So I have your three cards in the middle, which is your life change message, which is what is going on in your life internally. On the outside, to the left and my right, I have your angel messages, which describes what the angels want you to know. To your top and your bottom, I have your chakra cards, which is what is going on in your aura. So we're going to start, and also for your main overall energy of the reading is your roadmap, and you got Wizard. I don't know if you can see it. Wizard of Awareness, which is about being aware. It's the number 3. The life path 33 is the hardest life path because you have to hone in on your emotions. You have to not be so emotional, but you can't be so emotionally withdrawn either. So it's a balance in your emotional state of being. But if you make it through that, you get a very amazing life at the end of it. Of course, Sagittarius, you guys are hyperactive sometimes, and then sometimes you guys are just completely nonchalant. So it's hard to read you guys. But at the same time, if somebody knows you personally, then they completely understand. Wizard of Awareness is about you being an observer. When you feel all that discombobulation inside of you, it means to step back and see what's going on. And card also speaks about everything is good. It's all good no matter what. It says, let the universe bring it to you. Let the divine do it for you. Because at this point, they're going to make it more awesome than you ever could make it. Not that you're not awesome already, but you know. They're saying sit back and observe, let the blessings come to you. So inside of you, you're like, I need to volunteer. I need to do something to edify my soul maybe. But also you're like, I need to get some rest. I've been working hard. I've been, work hard, play hard is what I was playing. And I had did that for Pisces like probably last week or something, or 2 weeks ago. Work hard, play hard, but you're like, I need to get some rest because I know if I get some rest, I can think better, I can see better. And also inside of you, you're like, I need to take the next step. I need to move forward. So you're in between saying, I want to volunteer my time, but I want to make my next move in life, but I need to get some rest. Inside of you, you're like, man, I want to do so much, but in the center of that, you're like, I need to get some rest before I do all this. I need to take action. This is what you're thinking to yourself. Now, outside of you, in your aura, you have service. Service is about serving other people. So it could be that people, also these cards on the outside mean how people see you. People see you as somebody full of service, somebody ready to serve others. People see you as a servant of the Lord. And also something outside of you is nudging you to perform service, to be of service, to be of assistance to others, because you guys have a lot of information, you guys have a lot of wisdom, you guys even have joy. Service is just not about getting out there, getting your hands dirty. It's about just making people laugh. So you guys have a lot of service that's pulling at you, but at the same time, at the bottom you have isolation. On the top you have service, at the bottom you have isolation. So you're feeling like, man, I need to get some rest. I want to service the whole world, but I need to get some rest. And at the same time, I need to get away because there's too much energy going on, too much stuff going on. I'm dealing with me, trying to deal with you. I need to isolate myself and put myself up in this room, put myself up in this shell, do something just to keep yourself calm, cool, calm, and collected, which is cool. And this card is also about a person who, when they're outside or in the realm, they go party, they do their thing, but then sometimes they just lay back. And it's like this guy was looking at this suit like, I want to go to this party so bad, but you know what, never mind, I'm not going to go, I'm just going to stay in my bed. So don't isolate yourself so much, or don't feel like you have to go to every party either. It's okay to take that isolation and get some rest if you feel it, because internally you feel like, man, I need to slow down before I oops, I was about to cuss. I need to slow down before I freaking crash. I should let out before I fucking, do something I shouldn't do. Not that you're in panicky or anxiety. It's just I need to slow down a little bit, get some rest for me. I need to think about me. All right, the angels are saying creative project. Your soul longs to express itself in creative ways. We're guiding you to infuse artistry and creativity into your life. Creative expression makes you feel alive and excited and requires reignites passion towards your life. When I was shuffling the cards, passion did come out, soulmate did come out. So you have passion, you have soulmate. It's a lot of stuff, but it's so much going on that the main thing that you're really focused on is, how do I volunteer my time? How do I be of service but still be able to maintain proper rest for myself, proper education for myself, because at the same time you can't be of service to anyone if you haven't fully fortified yourself, purified yourself. So you're like, man, I could do all this, but hey, wait a minute, I'm gonna need to take a break at some time. Don't pull on me so much, because I'm gonna need I need some me time, not some you and some my, a little bit me time. Oh, I need some she time. Heather Headley, go ahead then. They also want you to know assertiveness. This situation can be healed gently and with love as you requested. Yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand right behind you as you speak your truth, giving you strength and guiding your words. So, as far as you moving forward, you can move forward, and they want you to be assertive, and they say just be gentle. The Bible tells us to be sly as a snake, gentle as a dove. Just be gentle and loving as you normally are, unless you're in the go mode of what you are. As you requested, yet there's also a need for your strength and truthfulness. So you have to be strong and truthful with the people around you. If this next step you're trying to take is a relationship, I don't know, maybe with your soulmate because that card came out, or if the next step you're trying to take is in service, just be truthful with them and say, hey, I want to do what you want me to do, but sometimes I need that break. If you're working somewhere or doing so much for somebody that you can't take a break, tell them, listen, I don't want to leave you hanging, but I do need some rest. My body or my soul or my mind is a little fatigued. I'm a little worn. I'm a little drawn. Like, give me a little bit of rest. But Spirit is also saying you need to do a creative project because that reignites that passion and that fire so you feel fueled again. So what you're volunteering is your creativity. You're not volunteering so much of yourself at this time because you see this lady here, she's done a lot of service, but she's right there with herself. So right now you're like, I want to do something creative where I don't have to... It doesn't have to be all lights and camera. It could just be, the piano playing. It could be words written. You know what I mean? Because some creative projects don't actually need you sitting side by side a person. A book. All you have to do is write that. A song. All you have to do is write that. Maybe you want to sing it. Who knows? An instrument. All you have to do is play that. Nobody's really looking all in your face. But this lady here is of service. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a beautiful thing. Just make sure that you get your rest. So like I said, Sagittarius, going into the new year, you're all inside saying, I want to do all things, but I know that I need some rest too. I don't want to carry too many burdens, and I don't want to not get enough rest that I'm not doing enough. But also, you're becoming aware. You're the wizard of awareness. If you never were aware, at first you're aware. That's why you're looking at yourself like, I need to get some rest, but I also need to move forward. So you're in between giving of yourself to others, but also going forward with yourself and also getting your rest. You're like, I want to give to others, but I want to, I want to sit back and do me and isolate myself so I can be reserved in my energy and be reserved within who I am, because there's so much energy going on around you. Like, I want to make sure that this is me. So you're in between being aware and being assertive. And I thought that was weird. I was like, now why would you tell them to be aware, sit back and observe everything is going to turn out fine, but then tell them to be assertive? That's crazy, because assertiveness is not crazy. Assertiveness is going forward and handling things gently with love. But being aware is not is you not doing anything. It's just you watching the things that is going on and praying that things go okay and letting God handle things and only doing what you can do and stepping back and observing the rest. So you're in between awareness and assertiveness. You're in between giving to others and giving to yourself and still being able to have something to yourself. It's like, I want to give to others, but I want to give to myself too. You're in between yourself and others right now. I'll say self, others, and spirit, because spirit is the one saying be aware. So you're fully aware, but you're also in between others and yourself. It's like it's a discombobulation. It's not a disconnect. You're connected, but it's all intertwined. Oh my gosh, Sagittarius. It's just all intertwined. Others, self, and awareness and assertiveness. This whole reading is just saying it's all intertwined. Whether you volunteer your creativity or whether you go forward with this next step, this next career, this next relationship, you still got to get some rest in the middle. That you got to stay balanced within yourself. And even if you serve others, you still have to have that time to yourself, that isolation time. Nothing is wrong with it. So you're in between yourself and others. It's not a fight. It's not a debacle. It's not a confusion. It's just this thing where you realize everybody is connected. We're all here. We're all together. But I still have to be the wizard. You're the wizard. Oh, what? The Wizard of Oz? You're not the Wizard of Oz, but you're in a state of awareness that might be more legitimate, might be more, might be more mature than others. So, of course, you don't want to just jump out there head first. You need to take the step now, but you know that you have to be gentle about it. And you want to do your creative project, but you want to make sure that when you do your creative project that you have some rest to be able to put all the notes together, all the words together. You're realizing that that rest and that recuperation is volatile, is something that you need for your life work, for your life's mission. And you're in between service and isolation. So right now, Sagittarius, you're just in between. It's not a bad thing. It's just like, you're not in limbo. You're not in hangman. You're just realizing that I have to take time for self, others, and spirit. It's like serving all three. It's like the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. All of us are connected, but you're realizing, okay, others, self, and spirit. Well, I don't know which order you would put in. Spirit would come first and then others and then self. I'm not saying put yourself on the back burner, but ultimately we have to love one another as we love ourselves. So it's like, if you love yourself, okay, then you have to love others. And you're realizing that I have to include others at some point. I did this thing. I was like, others exist. I didn't know other people exist in Sagittarius. I'm just saying. But you realize you have to include people and you have to serve people because it's the way of living. But you realize that you don't have to serve people in this way where you got to be all close and they got to take everything. And you see all those people observing, they're watching you do your act. They're watching everything. They're watching you perform. And you like, man, I just want to go behind the scenes sometimes. I want to be isolated sometimes because you're used to it now. Because of all the things you went through, you're used to doing stuff undercover behind the scenes. And it's actually pretty cool because not too many people are like this, gathering around. Gather around, ladies and gentlemen, for Sagittarius is doing the best work. I was playing. But you're realizing that you want to volunteer in a creative way, in a passionate way, something that reignites you. But you're also aware that you have to take those steps gently. You can't just force it out. You can't force people to understand. And you're aware of that. And you also need to get that beauty rest, because without that beauty rest, honey, you're going to be out there not looking your best, not performing your best. So basically, you're in between. Just make sure you don't do too much isolation. It's like making sure you're not giving too much to others, making sure you're not being so selfish, and making sure that you're serving people, but also taking that time to yourself. So you're like fully aware that you got to respect others. You have to respect yourself and you have to respect the divine. That's what it's about. You're fully aware of the respect levels involving everybody. You're fully aware of every situation. You know how to work it out. You know how to function. And people see you as a person that's full of service, that's assertive, that's creative, but also they're like, Sag be doing all that, and then they go hide in the corner or they go isolate themselves, and then we never know where they at. Sag do all this performing, now putting on these big old shows, doing their best, just working it out, twerking it out, and then they go isolate themselves, and then you just disappear like, oh, I'm really not a party girl anymore. But you're ultimately inside of you like, I'm getting some rest. I have volunteered enough of my dang on time. I'm thinking about the next step I'm finna move, the next performance I'm about to do. And that is all good, Sagittarius. So that is your prelude. Basically, you're fully aware. And hey, you know that everything's going to turn out fine. This card is saying everything is going to turn out fine no matter what. Just let the divine bring it to you. So that's your reading. That's your prelude. Happy New Year. As I've told all the amazing zodiacs, have a happy New Year. Have a blessed New Year. Have an aware New Year. You're going into the new year fully aware of everything and all things. Love you.